Welcome to Galva 121, the War Setup. This is the first of the guides regarding military and war in Galva. We'll get you all prepared and ready to enter the fray, as this world features a combat system which is incredibly complex. We're going to jump around a little bit in order to get you all ready. War in Galva is waged from province to province, thus the order of your provinces is very important, as it will determine your first line of defense. If you go down to the Wars page and over to the Defenses tab, you can reorder your provinces using these up and down arrows here. You can only reorder provinces when you have no active wars, so no trying any funny business during your battles. You want to put your province with the highest defense statistic first. You can view the defense stat by clicking on the province, and it's down here in this graph. Once you've reordered your provinces and put your highest defense province first, we need to make sure that it's at its full defensive capabilities. Go to the Structures tab and make sure that you've built all the walls you can. Walls make a big difference when defending against invading troops. Now let's make sure all your troops are in that first province. In general, you want your full military force up front. Dividing your troops allows your opponent to take on smaller portions of your army, while cramming them all into your first province makes them take on your full might all at once. Moving troops is easiest done from the Units page. Simply type the amount you want to move in here, and then use the drop-down menu to pick where you would like to move them. Right now, move all your troops from lower provinces up to your first. As you get more provinces and more unit types, this will be the best pace to move them. Units take 30 minutes to move between provinces. Let's take a moment and talk about queuing troops. One fairly simple tactic is queuing across multiple provinces. Rather than just training 1,000 units in your first province, you can train 500 in both of these provinces and simply move the ones from the second province up to the first, saving yourself some time. Having multiple provinces and unit types will give you incredible potential for training many units at once. There are, however, a couple limits in place. This low limit you see here, it mainly has to do with the Call to Arms discovery, which is unlocked at 100 progression, and which is discussed in a later guide. This high limit is very important, though. Once you start going above this limit, your military upkeep will skyrocket and your citizens will begin to revolt. All in all, going above this high limit will wreck your economy, so just don't do it. This last step is vital. War is a wild place in Galva. You can't get away with entering the fray unprepared. You can and will be thoroughly defeated. Raiding is a widespread practice, generally accepted as just the way Galva is. Even when our guild is not at war, being in war mode means constant threat of a profiteer attacking you. Ask military command or an experienced player how many troops you should have before exiting peace mode. You will really regret moving into war unprepared, so get a couple good estimates and make sure your troop count is up to snuff. If you're all checked out and ready to go, you can finally enter war mode on the war page. Use this button down at the bottom. A couple notes about war and peace though. You can switch only once every 24 hours. You cannot enter peace mode if you have an offensive war, but if you're in a defensive war you may switch at any point. It won't end the war you're in, but it will prevent any new wars from occurring. War mode means bigger collections, but also bigger risks, so best of luck. Check back into the forums for your next guide.